Okay, let us start this review with the one question. When you think of Xiaomi, what pops into your head first? The Xiaomi Su7, or maybe the Xiaomi 15 series phones, or could it be this Xiaomi Pad 7 Pro? Perhaps it's the less famous Xiaomi products. We unboxed this tablet 2 months back just to get a quick peek. And after diving deep into it recently, I have to say that it's got some major upgrades from the 6 Pro in a few areas. The display is way better, it's got the latest assistant, and it's packed with some powerful AI features. But I did spot some issues while using it, so let's jump right in. If you want to buy this Xiaomi Pad 7 Pro, Geek Wheels is the best place to buy it right now, link down below. Before we get into the review, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Wondershare. As an active tech media on YouTube, we shoot a lot of footage on a daily basis. Inevitably, due to transfer failure or a bad memory card, you're going to run into a situation where your footage is damaged or unreadable. It's a nightmare for any photographer. If you don't want to go through that pain yourself, you can try Wondershare Repair It. Whether it's a corrupted photo or video, a failure during the transfer process, or even a malware or virus attack, it's perfectly compatible with both Windows and macOS. Simply select the files to be repaired and click Repair, and your files will be back in your hands. It's trusted by over 100 million users worldwide and backed by 20 years of data recovery expertise. Other than a video, photo, music, or even a PPT, Wondershare Repair It can even help you repair the gyroscope data in video files, which is a surprise for many extreme sports players. That said, I still wouldn't wish data loss on anyone, but if it does happen, try Wondershare Repair It. Now, let's get back to the review. This model keeps the same design as before, with that aluminum back and frame. It feels a lot like an iPad when you hold it. The size of the Pad 7 Pro is in between the 6 Pro and the 6S Pro, and it's not heavy at all. It comes in 3 colors, with the 2 speakers, top and bottom. But if you compare it to the 6S Pro, you will notice that the 6S Pro got 6 speakers. Still support Dolby Vision Atmos though. The power button is still on top and supports fingerprint unlock. At the bottom, there's a Type-C charging port, but I wish Xiaomi would line up the charging port and speakers on the same level. Wouldn't that look so much nicer? The volume buttons and the spot for charging the stylus are on the right side. The magnet's just right, you can just gently place the pen and it sticks right on. On the back, there's the camera module. I'm not a huge fan of it unless it's on the phone, because if you put it flat on a table without a case, it gets wobbly. But if you care about this like me, just use the protective case. I was hoping that there's a SIM card slot, but there isn't. Alright, let's talk about screen specs. It's got an 11.2-inch screen. The 3:2 aspect ratio gives you more room to watch videos or movies, and it's perfect for reading and writing. Plus, it's an eye-protecting screen with that German TÜV triple certification. Now, it's still an IPS screen, and I remember people asking Xiaomi, why still IPS on the 7 Pro? Lots of other brands are all about OLED screens, but choosing IPS doesn't mean it's bad. Actually, IPS screens are better for color accuracy, viewing angles, and they last longer. When it comes to watching movies, this tablet is top-notch. Whether you are lying down or watching on the side, the picture is always clear. So HyperOS 1 was all about setting the foundation, working on the behind-the-scene features, but HyperOS 2 is really stepping up the parts you can feel and use. The cross-assistant and cross-screen experience still lets you connect your phone and tablet. It's a one-touch connection. You can control your phone right from the tablet, and moving files around for work is a breeze. Just drag and drop them onto the tablet. When you need to check your phone messages, just tap to open a little window, and you can drag it to the side to make a tiny icon. But I have a suggestion for Xiaomi. I wish I can operate on the phone screen after it's connected. Right now, the phone interface only shows up on the right and can't be moved around. If I want to see what it's covering, I need to minimize it. If you could drag it around like a split screen, it will be much better. Plus, the tablet's interface is very smoother than before, fixing all those laggy and frame drop issues. No lag when you are opening and closing apps fast. Even the old problem of a lag after splitting the screen is gone. The animations when you slide the notification and the control center are super smooth, which is awesome. HyperOS 2 have a lot of AI in the daily use, even the basic wallpaper settings. It uses AI to make static photos move. There are landscapes, cities, plants. You can pick pics from your album and make them into dynamic wallpapers. And then there's the AI writing, AI translate, AI voice commands, all that typical AI app stuff. But I really like the AI art in Mi Canvas. Unlike other brands, it helps you create. Let's say you draw an app and use AI art. You can pick from 7 styles, and each one gives you 3 drawings. You can download them straight to your album or use them right away. Unfortunately, these apps are not great for professional painting. First off, no layers. Second, not many brush types, which puts it behind Huawei's Go Paint and iPad's Procreate. If you're using it for drawing, it's more for quick sketches and everyday doodles. Just like the 6S Pro, the split screen function lets you have up to 4 apps open at once. When it comes to drawing or writing, the latest Focus stylus has awesome pressure sensitivity and low latency, but the pen's output stability could be better when you're writing or drawing slow. Overall, with the latest floating keyboard, creating and working on this tablet is pretty sweet. The keyboard connection is super fast, adjusts from 0 degree to 124 degrees seamlessly, and has a full area mechanical pressure touchpad. The typing feel is solid too, but you have to buy these accessories separately. This time around, there's a new chip, with the Pad 7 Pro jumping from Gen 2 to Gen 3. But even with the new chip, the CPU and GPU performance are not as great as I hoped. It can keep at around 60 FPS in Genshin Impact on max settings, but when you hit those complex maps in Star Rail, it starts dropping frames bad, and the battery drains fast during those times. It's a common problem with most tablets these days. The scores on Geekbench 6, 3D Mark, and Antutu look good, but this Gen 3 might actually be a bit worse than the last one in some tests. Now, even though I grabbed about the camera before, the picture and the video taken from the front camera is actually top-notch. Check out this video sample and the photo. They are good enough for most everyday shooting, plus the Pad 7 Pro's specs are higher than the Pad 7 for front camera video recording. But don't you think it looks a lot like the camera module on the Xiaomi 14? The one big difference with this one is the battery life. This time the Pad 7 Pro has an 8850 mAh battery and can charge fast with a 67 watt wide charging. All in all, the Xiaomi tablet still needs some tweaks here and there, like fixing up some Mi Home software and making the system smoother and prettier. But the price and how useful it is are the big reasons you might buy it. The Pad 7 Pro is a real bang for your buck option for learning, working, and chilling out with some entertainment. And if you want to buy it right now, remember to check out on Geek Wheels. And we're from Gizmochina. See you next time.